I would now like to give the floor to His Excellency Mr. Sergueï Lavrov, Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation.
It is precisely the policy of the collective West, led by Washington, that has led to the Kiev regime's going to wage war against its own people since 2014, against all those who don't agree with the neo-Nazi values of the Maidan, with the criminal policies of the Ukrainian authorities. All these massive and systematic attacks on the rights and freedoms and the consistent dissemination of neo-Nazism are carried out with the open connivance of the United States, Canada, and the European Union. Russia could not remain indifferent. The purpose of our action is to save these people and to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. As President Putin has repeatedly stressed, that we have an unwavering respect for the Ukrainian people, their language and traditions. We do not intend in any way to infringe on the interests of the citizens of Ukraine. The role of the UN Human Rights Council is to promote a mutually respectful debate without any politicization or double standards, and to ensure that human rights issues are not used to interfere in internal affairs.
United Nations Watch has the floor.
Mr. President, we welcome this urgent meeting on Russia's aggression against the people of Ukraine. On the 24th of February, the Ukrainian ambassador requested this council to meet, quote, as urgently as possible. Now, in other past situations, the council convened within a day. Why this time on Russian aggression did it wait a full week? For the men, women, and children under attack, every day of delay by the international community is lethal. This council just heard from the Russian foreign minister. He said President Putin has, quote, an unwavering respect for the Ukrainian people, and that, quote, we do not intend in any way to infringe on the interests of the citizens of Ukraine. Mr. President, the opposite is true. The truth is that Russian forces invaded Ukraine in flagrant violation of the United Nations Charter and international law. The truth is that Russian forces are bombing cities indiscriminately, killing and wounding innocent civilians, a gross violation of the Geneva Conventions and international humanitarian law. The truth is that Russia's assault on Ukraine has turned 500,000 people into refugees, forcing them to flee their home for neighboring countries, killed an estimated 2,000 people, and injured many more. The truth is that Russia is committing war crimes. And so the question before us today is this: will the international community defend the rules-based international order? Dictators around the world are watching. If they see that Russia succeeds in its wanton aggression, they will draw the lesson that anything goes. We will see more invasions, more tyrannies, attacking their neighbors, and more terrorism. The whole world is watching. Are the United Nations and this Council prepared to defend international peace and basic human rights, to oppose aggression on a scale unseen in Europe since World War II? Will they uphold their responsibility to defend the rules-based international order? Let us consider. 2 years ago, despite our urgent appeals not to do it, the UN elected Russia as a member of this Human Rights Council. This violated the Council's own rules. Members are obliged to uphold the highest standards of human rights. Mr. President, does this Council believe that Russia's bombing of civilians in Kiev, Kharkiv, and other cities and towns across Ukraine upholds the highest standards of human rights? Under the Council's rules, members can be removed on account of gross and systematic violations of human rights. Therefore, if this Council is serious, here's what it must do. 1. Remove Russia from the Council immediately. 2. Adopt a resolution on the situation of human rights within Russia itself. 3. Establish an independent monitor to protect courageous Russian dissidents, such as Alexei Navalny and Vladimir Karamurza, both of whom were poisoned. 4. Abolish the mandate known as the Special Rapporteur on Unilateral Coercive Measures, the purpose of which is to define sanctions against Russia and other dictatorships as illegal. 5. Demand the High Commissioner and independent experts speak out against the crimes in Ukraine. Mr. President, the people of Ukraine are under assault. The time to act is now. Thank you.